Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. We're on the third trek on the brand new coastal pathway from the Paphos Harbour, the Paphos Castle, all the way to the Faros Beach. Some people call it the Lighthouse Beach. That's because there's a lighthouse coming up on the right-hand side. And some people call it the Faros Beach. But one thing's for sure, it's a great, great area in the downtown KDB Paphos Harbour area. Let's get a big, big hello from the most beautiful woman in the world. And of course, her name is Miss Ochin Grasibiala-Bush.
Hello, everybody. But how nice to see you again and again.
What do you think of the weather, Grasibiala-Bush?
The weather is it's amazing. It's such a pleasant and comfortable temperature that you couldn't even go anywhere else in this planet to find such a pleasant weather.
It is indeed. Shall we continue on our trek? Here we go. Grasibiala-Bush is going to get going, and I'm going to get round the back end and see if we can get a great, great view on the way. Here we go. We're off on the brand new coastal pathway. This is the stretch that takes you from the Paphos Castle to the Faros Beach area, and we're going to be round the back of the Faros Beach Tourist Resort. So, if your name's Mr. Cali and there's a Mally in your life, I think it's the other way around actually, I apologise for that. It could be that special, special place for you. If your name is Sean O'Keefe, well, you like it now and again. And there's a lot of people that come and stay on this part of the island, just a short 20-minute walk on the coastal pathway from the Paphos Harbour, or you can walk by the Tomb of the Kings area where there's shops and bars and restaurants and all sorts of things going on. But one thing's for sure, you're going to get a great, great view, great memories, and a spectacality of a holiday indeed. Let's see if we can catch her up. I think she's in sport mode, whereas I'm in economy mode. And if you understand, I've only got one hand to drive because obviously I've got one hand holding the camera. Hopefully the film quality is not too jittery. I remember coming on here last year, it was like a crazy paving pathway, which to be honest was a bit of a nightmare, especially if you're on an electric scooter or a trike, or perhaps with a pushchair, or perhaps even in a wheelchair. Here she comes, she's back.
I remember Justin and Andy, how she was doing this trip. My goodness, how many kilometers you walk, up and down, down and up. I can't imagine how.
That's because we're lazy.
No, we are not lazy, but we think that, well, we'll do it next day. But we've already done it, that's why I'm saying. And now with the scooters, I can see how big difference it is. Not to use your own legs. Save your legs, let me say.
Yes, indeed. Why not go and rent a trike off KDB Scooters in the harbour area? You can Google them, kdbscooters.com. They've got electric trikes. They've also got those big ones now, which allow you to carry the whole family. And they kick off at around about €50 for a couple of hours. I think it's 65 or 75 euros for the day. What a great way to get around downtown KDB Paphos. And of course, you can come out to the Faros Beach area and have a very, very good time. What can you do down here? Well, if you want to do a bit of fishing, you never know, have a word with EasyJet or Jet2 or even TUI and see if you can bring your fishing rods with you. There's people just over on the left-hand side, and they're fishing the living daylights out of the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. One or two little fishing boats are out, and one or two little dinghies are out with people swimming in the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. Big shout out to our Princess Maggie. She's a superstar amongst superstars. She's coming back to Paphos in around June, July next year, and she's looking forward to coming on this pathway in her special wheelchair, and we know that she's going to have a great, great time indeed. Let's have a word with the blonde beauty and see what her views are.
Oh my God, how beautiful building it is there. It's a lighthouse, you call it, White House we call it, tower I would call it. And I remember how beautifully done, by the way. Maybe I'm repeating myself, but I have to say whatever I think. Miss Nikki, the craft artist girl, lady, she does this lighthouse on her reproductions.
She's got 2 or 3 examples of it on her stall in the KDB Paphos Crafts Centre. Yeah, it has indeed. The Craft Centre in the KDB Paphos Harbour, if you're familiar where it is, go past all of the restaurants before you get to the ice cream parlour, which is Da Vinci's at the end. there's an oldie world building. The doors are always open when it's open, obviously. And of course, that's where the Paphos Harbour Arts and Crafts Centre are. And there's about 6 stalls in there. Local artists, all of the stuff they're doing is handmade. And I mean handmade. You can actually go and watch them physically working in front of you. Perhaps if you've got some ideas, they may make something very, very special for you. These guys out there are fishing the life out of themselves, there's no doubt about that, and they're looking for a fish supper. You never know, that girl's mum, probably that gentleman's wife, is at home cooking the chips and getting that bread and butter ready, and perhaps a little bit of tartar sauce, and perhaps a can or two of the real thing. Of course, that's Coca-Cola. No Pepsi is allowed on the little channel known as Marika and Me.
Well, in this very area, every time when we come to the dry grass, which gets dry under the sea, I immediately imagine that we are risking to find a snake, and the snake is risking to find us. I have a snakey phobia, by the way, and I always say, and Mr. Paul, you know that if I see one of the snakes, you are risking to be hanged on my bra, on my own bra.
Well, as long as it's blue, it'll probably be quite enjoyable. But on the note of phobia, let's shout out to 2 of our superstars, Lady Heather and Sir Steve. Of course, Lady Heather is the greatest hypnotist in the world. So if you've got some phobias, she'll hypnotise the life out of you. And of course, she's hypnotised the life out of Sir Steve, although he does like an Apple Mac or a Big Mac or 2. But there's no doubt that she runs rings around that star and makes sure that he looks after her very, very well indeed.
I have learned that this
hypnosis
hypnotizes. The same with meditation. Okay, the meditation is a little bit different direction, but hypnotizes is with the help of specialists like our dearest Heather. And I heard that it's working, and people picking up with it more and more, and it's a great people get a huge enjoy because they don't want to go out of the
Well, it helps them stop smoking, phobias on snakes, phobias on the little channel of Marika and Me. You never know. Come on, Receiver Booth, let's keep going, because the final destination in this little video is going to be the, hold on, which one is yours and which one's mine? That one's yours, isn't it? Yes. That's the one with the white bit on it, and mine's the one with the black bit on it. So we're going to keep on going. There's another 3 or 4 minutes to go on the little electric bikes, shall we say?
When I go home, I'll wash the floors.
You wash the decks, is what you mean?
Floors.
The floors.
Don't say me that word. I always make mistakes.
Always make some mistakes between decking and, yeah, right. Come on, let's go. Let's keep going. We're on the Newcastle pathway between the Paphos Castle and the Cephalius Beach area. That's the Cephalius Beach Resort, tourist resort in the distance. And there's many superstars who like to stay there. And of course, it's a very, very nice little place indeed. If your name's Mr. Ian from downtown in Connors Quay, used to be known as the Hanbridge Kid, because of course that's where he used to live. And well, you renamed your vows there not that long ago, and we had a great chinwag in the Pelican restaurant not that long ago. So don't forget, when you come back, come and see us again, because we're missing you like crazy. You can see some of the new seating areas that have been put up in and around this area, and they're there for you to digest the beauty and the spectacality of the views. Obviously, it's not that easy to ride an electric scooter, by the way, and hold the camera at the same time, and a can of Coke. But stick with us, don't worry. As time goes on, we'll get better. Well, maybe not. We're coming to the Faros Beach area, the Cephalius Beach area, the Lighthouse Beach area. Confusion over what it's actually called. People give it different names, if you understand. But technically, it's known as the Faros Beach, and then it became the Lighthouse Beach. And then because of the Cephalius Beach Resort, obviously it became the Cephalius Beach. But they all mean the same thing, and they are all the same beach. Got a nice little cafeteria. There's toilets there. You can rent sun loungers and, of course, sunshades. You can rent towels, I believe, and of course I think you can even do lock boxes in the cafe. And there's a brand new car park. For those of you who remember the car park, it was like the surface of the moon, and now it's not. So even if you've got a Bentley, you can drive in there and park it up very, very nicely indeed. Cephalius Beach, we're in the first few days of November. Yes, you heard me correctly, and as you can see, the beach is pretty busy indeed. It's very hard to get off an electric scooter, like I say. when you've got a
and
camera
you're holding,
and there's people coming the other way as well.
You're holding too many things in your hand, and this is how
That's
you
the brake.
call it.
I
This
can't
is
use
brake.
the brake.
You cannot.
No.
No, because you have to
I'm
hold.
holding a camera. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I've always told you I was stupid.
What if? Can you give it to me?
What?
That one.
No, I'm worried you might drop it. Remember me, I will never drop this camera. Even when I fell over when we were in St. George, I remember I fell over and the camera always stayed upright, and I remember it caused a lot of laughs amongst two boys who live in downtown damp Cardiff. If your name's Lord Jeremy, Lord Simon, big shout out to you.
Yeah, but he was like a real alcoholic. When he was falling down from the 5th floor, both leg brakes, arms brakes, and the bottle of water was still alive, but he was really, and he did fall down, but the camera was still on the top of the tops.
The things we'll do for YouTube.
He didn't drop it.
Let's let these people pass, and then of course I'll mount my little electric horse and we'll go whiz into the Grand Promenade, which is the main beach area and of course the cafe area and the car park area. So stick with us, don't click off just yet. Here we go. Let's follow the rear end of the most beautiful woman in the world. If you like what you see, well, you know what you do. Hit that thumbs up, hit the like button. Why not? Because subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you a single penny. But if you want to help us out, if you want to keep us afloat, if you want to say thank you, if you want to motivate us to make a special video for you, if you want a birthday shout out, if you want an anniversary shout out, if you want me to call your cat in especially for you, all you have to do is Google these magic words: Marika and me, buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee, Marika and me, and you'll go straight through to our landing page on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, totally safe and totally secure, and you'll have the opportunity to read all the comments and the replies, and of course you'll be able to treat us to that special coffee, or 2 or 3. And a big shout out and a big thank you to some of the superstars that like to do it now and again. If your name is Lady Labika, thank you very much for those 3 coffees. If your name's John Ricey, thank you for those coffees. And of course, if your name is Mr. Robert and Miss Carol and you're living up in downtown Paya, well, one of these nights, why don't you come down to Paphos Harbour? You'll find us in the Pelican restaurant, and guess what? We can chat and chew the fat. This is the brand new car park, and as you can see, it's billiard smooth. Whether you're in a Bentley or a 4-wheel drive, you can park your car up here for sure. And those of you who know this, well, it was like the surface of the moon. So this is a great addition to the Faros Beach area.
I remember when this area here was full of sand and rubbish, by the way. I remember it was a few years ago, and you couldn't, if you were feeling sorry about your lovely car, you would never ever come, you wouldn't
drive in here, that was for sure.
Make your struggle against these roads. Nowadays, at the moment, it's so beautiful. A huge job has been done, and you will understand it further down when we go.
Yeah, let's take you literally to the beach edge and show you some of the new features. Car park's all done, the pathway continues on and on. There's new seating areas everywhere, and this is the Faros Beach area, one of the best sandy beaches along the coastline in this particular area of downtown Paphos, and there's an awful lot of people enjoying it, as you can see. The cafeteria restaurant, as you can see, is having a bit of a makeover, so don't forget to keep coming back, and we'll show you on its grand completion, and of course we'll take you on its journey as it gets done. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to come back for a little bit more of our complete and utter madness.
And I would put some flowers in this long, it's not a bowl, but area
For
plantings, so it would be nice as well. And I would like to thank you as well and ask you, please come back and see another of our madnesses. Many kisses from the bottom of our two.
Thanks for watching, and we're going to leave you with the spectacality of a view indeed, straight out across the blueness of the blue Mediterranean Sea. And she's off. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again somewhere in downtown Paphos very, very soon indeed.